All
Yeah.
right, I want to give everybody a shout
Yeah.
out. Welcome to the family tree. Put
My
your hands together,
70th birthday.
family.
What?
Come on, put your hands
September
together.
20th.
70th?
All right. Hope everybody's
Laverne, you're
doing
still a
well.
baby. You got to keep coming. Got to get to be as young as me, girl.
I hope you're doing
We're
well.
gonna turn him around.
All right, how's everybody? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
too
we're gonna
well.
go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna get Big B. We're gonna get things started on this side.
Yeah, man. All right, that's cool.
Coming in all the way up to way over 100 now.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah.
Already in.
Kim.
I wanted to try to get him turned around this way.
All right, Dr. Paul Cameron says she's safe down there in Florida. I'm glad about that.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get started.
Yes.
All right. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing good, I hope. And when I want to first start out, I want to give,
Hey, Kim, first of all, Dr. Paul, let's have everybody mute themselves.
Just mute yourself, please. Thank you. I want to first say a shout out to all of those that are usually tuning in on a regular basis that are in Florida right now. We want to send a prayer out to you and your families and all those that are in that route of this terrible storm of Ian that's going through. And I still see folks in here. I see maybe y'all can give us an update on what's going on down there. What's happening in there? Who's in Florida?
This is Neetha.
Hey, Neetha. How you doing, Neetha?
I'm doing good.
The winds
You all
are
right?
really high, so I'm going to hang in there as long as I can. But
Okay, so Neetha, where are you? What part of Florida?
I'm good. I got up this morning feeling great and went and saw my 2 patients and came on back home. I had to let water out of the pool, but it's been raining all day. It is the winds. I just prayed so my electricity stay on because I didn't get my Blue Eddy yet.
Well,
okay, you didn't get your Blue Eddy yet. You got to get your Blue Eddy.
I was going to get it this weekend, but something said, well, just wait. And I said, I shouldn't have waited. But I just prayed, let me keep my electricity so I can get on my Zoom.
There you go. Oh, wow.
Hey, Nathan, go out in your backyard, wave your hand, and take. Look, just dominate that joker. Say, Lord, in the name, take care of it. Get away from here,
as soon as I get off the Zoom, I'm gonna go out there and do that.
Hey, look, shut your camera down and mute yourself and go for it. We won't tell nobody.
But so far over here where I am, because I'm not in the flood zone.
Good.
It's just been raining off and on. It slides down and then it piles up, and then you can hear the wind howling.
Wow.
But no damage, nothing. I have them back windows.
All right.
I'm not worried about that.
And Neetha, what part of Florida are you in?
I'm in Gibsonton.
Okay.
And where's that located?
And that's about 30 minutes outside of Tampa.
Oh, okay.
I use the Tampa airport.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And I'm on the West Coast.
The west side. Okay, got it.
Now you hunker down because the west side has got yet to come through. Okay, so remember the east part is already gone. All right, so you're in the eye, and then the west comes across. So just hang on. All right, hunker down.
We're gonna keep you in prayer.
All right.
It's actually coming through on the west coast now.
Okay.
Because my lights keep going on and off. So
all right.
So Flo, where are you, Flo?
Well, I live in Valrico. I had mandatory evacuation, but I'm not that far from where Nithia lives. So I'm in Riverview.
Okay.
So I'm west too. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm
west side. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep y'all in prayer.
And they got the hurricane shutters and all that stuff up. So I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Karam usually is on here also. I don't know where's Karam. Where's Karam?
He's over in
Is he in Boca Raton? Isn't he over near Boca?
He's over by Pompano Beach. So he's good too.
Okay, good. All right.
No, that sounds like everybody's doing all right.
Yeah, good too.
Yeah, we got to pray these storms are out of here. It's amazing that they're coming through with such intensity. The warm. I heard the waters are just a little bit of 3 degrees warmer makes a big difference because now just 3 degrees. It now has the ability to build up storms that can now have an intensity of an impact of a 4. And that's really some serious wind. So we're going to keep you all in prayer. All right.
Indeed,
and,
most definitely.
you go out, keep us up to date. If you
you.
get anything, just give us a, a heads up. If you hear anything on your side, or if you get a news break or something, please let us know.
Please do.
But I want to keep you all. I want to say everyone that's listening, let's say a prayer for Florida and also the pathway of those that are affected by this storm.
Indeed,
because this thing is coming up the East Coast also. So I think the next one they put a warning in Georgia and places of the Carolinas. So we want to keep everybody in prayer. All right. So wherever you are, reach out. We want to keep you all covered. All right.
Yes,
all right, family. It's time for the family tree. Let's go into it today. We're going to go into all that is happening around the world and things that are happening around you. This is the family tree. If you're joining us for the very first time, we gather around the tree because it's an old ancient concept of gathering around the tree. We call them the laurel trees.
There you go.
Laurel trees, where we as family and culture gather around to answer the questions of the tribe, of the culture, of the people. And that's how you ask questions. So that's why we say, if you got a question, concern, anything going on in your heart, your mind, give us, let us know. Look at your lower bar right there. We see your reactions bar. Click that, and you can actually put your hand up. And then from there, we can ask you, can put you in queue, and you can ask any question that comes to your heart and mind. If we don't have the answer, we'll try to get it for you. And if not, if you don't want to be on camera, you can also go through our chat box. And through the chat box, you can put that in there. And Big B over there will actually field those questions for you. And then we'll put it out there and try to get those questions asked for you. If you're someone that is dialing in by phone and you missed the prompt that said how to raise your hand, don't worry. Just let us know, and we'll try to get your question, or just let us know, and we'll try to get your question from you. I want to give a thanks, and let's give a shout out to my host with the most. That is Bill 1L.
Yo.
Over there, y'all.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
How you doing over there, Big B?
Hey, man, I'm doing terrific. Are you kidding? Shucks.
Oh, man.
Look, I'm 10 days older than Laverne. Today, hey, guys, I don't want to mention, today is Laverne's birthday. She told me she's 70 years old. I said, on the 20th? Okay, on the 20th. So
20th of September, yeah.
All right. Well,
let's keep her there.
Happy birthday,
Dr. Paul. I told her to keep coming. She's still a baby. She got to come 10 years so you can catch up with me first before you start that stuff.
Well, happy birthday to you. And then also, if there's any other birthdays while we're there.
Any other birthdays? Yes.
Any other birthdays? All right. Anybody close this week?
Yeah.
September the 18th.
September 18th. All right, man. That's what's up. May. That's May.
No, Cricket.
Huh? Who?
Cricket.
Oh, Cricket. Oh, okay. I didn't see a Cricket.
Right.
Oh, I see you. Okay. Well,
all right.
It's May this time. My birthday was just Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Well, happy birthday.
All right. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes,
want to make sure everybody gets your shout
tell you
out.
how old I am, though. I ain't gonna tell you how old I am. I ain't gonna do that.
That's all right. That's all right. Go ahead. Live dangerous. I won't tell nobody.
How old are you?
Hey, May say it. It's our secret. I won't tell nobody.
Nah, there's too many people here for a secret. It's too much.
All right.
I'll be 60 till I turn 70.
I know that's right.
My mom, can I say just one? My mom always told us that either you're going to live to get old or die young.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I heard that. That's a great way to look at it.
That's
right. A great way to look at it.
So let's get started. So,
all right.
We want to also say, if you're, because sometimes folks will come in and out and they can't get through.
Right.
We're trying to say, if there's a problem with you not getting through, or you have someone that may be calling saying we can't get through, it's usually the browser. It's not us. Because on this side, it'll show us who's trying to ping, and sometimes it'll say timeout. That means it's the person's browser. Tell them to reset the browser or go through another browser, and they can get through. All right, sounds good.
I'm glad you said that, Dr. Park. Keep this in mind, guys. Chrome is probably the friendliest browser for this kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. Chrome is good. Also,
there's another one.
Firefox is pretty good.
Yes,
Firefox is good. Firefox is good also.
So they handle video pretty well.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get started, Big B. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, Margaret up here asked a question. Does rebounding help treat lymphedema in the legs?
Right, but before we go there, just give me some numbers on. Remember?
Oh, okay. I guess we can do that. How about that? Quick fact, guys, from our very favorite website, Encode 2019.live. As of 10 minutes ago, we have total confirmed cases, guys, of 621,514,045. Total critical cases, 39,692. Total deceased, 6,543,798. Total active cases, 14,896,464. And total recovered, mental health mode, 600,180,503.
Wow, that's a lot of folks, man.
There you go.
You know, I'm trying to think, Big B. I can't remember anyone on TV ever giving any data on this.
Nope.
I can't remember anyone. I didn't see it on CNN. I didn't see it on MSNBC. I haven't seen it on any ABC, NBC, or CBS. And it's amazing to me that you can't give that number. That's an encouraging number for a lot of people right there.
And people need to know that.
We just passed the 600 million mark.
Yes.
That's
this a whole lot of people. Yes.
600 million people.
Yes, sir.
100. I have 182,150, and that's as 10 minutes ago.
Right. Okay.
So that's a lot of folks, man. You know, and then we're not getting those numbers across TV. You got to get those numbers, you know, so let's talk about what else is going on. Let's start off, Big B. You got something in the chat?
Yeah, I got something. I was just talking about Margaret just now. She wanted to know, does rebounding help treat lymphedema in the legs?
Absolutely. Rebounding is an excellent exercise for any of the lymphatic system. Of course, you know the lymphatic system is the secondary circulatory system, but it doesn't move. It doesn't have a pump, not like the first system, which is the heart, which has, pumps arteries and veins. The secondary circulatory system doesn't have a pump. It only moves by these muscles that twitch, and they only twitch and move when you move. So that's why rebounding tends to be one of the best exercises you can do to remove these toxins out of your body. Do you know that rebounding, they have testimonies of people who have removed grapefruit-sized tumors out of their body by doing these things? That's right. Get that little rebounder, and get on there for about anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes a day and just jump around on it. That's all. Just got to get a little air between you. The concept is this, that when you become weightless for a fraction of a second, that's like every cell in your body contracts and release. So that constant movement moves the lymphatic system. It's very similar to, like, when you're going on a roller coaster. Y'all been on a roller coaster before, right? Some of y'all young folks been on a roller coaster.
Yeah, some of us young people have.
You go click. That's a real old one. That's like a wooden roller coaster right there. Click. You get to the top, and just before you're about to go over, you feel that breath that you take. That very breath that you take is when you say you got that butterflies. Well, that's what every one of your cells, which is about 150 trillion cells, does at that moment in which it grabs and releases, and then that's what's moving your lymphatic system. Isn't that awesome? So what's happening with that? That's when your body starts to now move this toxin out of your body, and you start to see relief, meaning that it's flushing. That's your sewer system of your body. Okay. And it's a must. It's a must. It's a must right now. We have to do it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jared, can a cancer live in a highly oxygenated environment?
What was that again?
Can a cancer live in a highly oxygenated environment?
Well, remember, cancer cannot live in an all alkaline state. That's what the whole when you have the oxygen deprivation machines, things like that, that's what that concept is, that it oxygenates the cell, and therefore cancer cannot live in those environments. That is correct. Bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, cancers, all those things, including the coronavirus. That is correct. That is correct.
I apologize. Can I ask a question about the cancer, since you said something about the...
Sure, Robin, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, real quick. If you're diagnosed with cancer, and you have breast cancer, you get your breast removed. They tell you that if you don't have cancer, if it didn't spread to the lymph nodes, then you don't have to have radiation or chemo. After doing all of that, they decided that you do need chemo and you do need radiation because there's a little tiny bit of cancer left. My question is, Is there a test that can determine that the cancer is truly gone? Because I know that I'm against the chemo and all that good stuff, but is there a test to show that you have no more cancer?
All right, we have to identify what is cancer. Okay, remember what cancer really is. It's when a cell, write this down. This is very important because this is where the misconception always comes. Cancer is a cell that's lost 60% of its oxygen and is now only operating on 40%. So that's a cell that says, hey, you done your job. You're a senior citizen now. It's time to go, right? And it's time to go. And the body's trying to get rid of it. And it dumps it into the sewer system, which is your what? Your lymphatic system. It's trying to move it out. Now, the whole concept is this is where the misconception or philosophical misunderstanding comes from. They'll go in and do what? They'll say, let's do a biopsy, right? Go in and do a biopsy. And they come back out and they'll say, we found cancer. But right, remember what they said. They said we found cancer. Didn't say you had cancer. Found cancer. But my question to you is, isn't that the sewer system of the body? Isn't that where you're supposed to find it? Absolutely. That's like looking in the toilet saying, is there poop in the toilet? Of course it's poop in the toilet. It's supposed to be there. It's moving out of the system. That's the way the body rids itself. But see, it promotes getting, these procedures and things. It's the body naturally ridding itself of toxins. Got it? Yes. So best thing and only thing that you can guarantee is don't worry about the testing, because what if after the testing, what you going to do? And that means you're going to do a lymphatic detox. Got it? I gave out a couple of weeks ago, you got to keep your fundamentals, and the fundamentals is water. Got it? Keep your pH. Make sure your pH is sound, which means you're in about a 6.5 or higher. And also there's a lymphatic liquid detox that we mentioned. You remember that? It was the Mary Ruth. You remember that?
Yes.
The Mary Ruth formula is what you want to do. You got to stay off, though, certain foods. You got to stay off certain types of meats. Got it? No heavy meats. Got it? Processed foods, which means refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Got it? Also, you got to watch certain types of fermentation. No fermented foods. That means you got to watch around the dairy products and the fermented foods, because that falls around the same thing. So I see this thing where I'm seeing a lot of shrimp, lobsters, crabs, things like that. People still eating that stuff when they've been diagnosed with breast cancer. You can't do that. You got it? Can't eat that. Can't eat that stuff. You got it? These are toxins that are going to build up in the system, and specifically parasites, because you don't want this, what's going on in the seafood industry when it deals with the shell. You don't want to mess with that. Got it? These are all contaminants. So you see where I'm going, though. You see where I'm going. The whole concept is don't let them divert you from the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter, don't worry about the test. You work on detoxing and keep it moving. Got it? Keep it moving. Got it?
I appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. Mary Ruth is the formula. Y'all remember that? Matter of fact, Wayne Avenue Health Food just called me the other day and said they just got their orders in. So Mary Ruth formula is a liquid. I told him what to get, and he said he was going to get it, and he got it. Okay. So I wanted to see if I could pull that up. Mary Ruth. Y'all remember that formula?
No, I was just in the chat.
I do. I remember.
Yep. Lymphatic support. Here it is right here. I'm going to pull it up so you can see it. Okay. This is how important this is. It's so important that more people need to start taking this as a regular routine detox. I would do it every change of seasons. That's how bad it is when it comes to toxicity. So let me see if I can get Mary Ruth support. Lymphatic see here it is right here. Got it. Okay, here it is. I'm going to pull this up so everybody can see it. Everybody want to see this?
Yes, most definitely.
All right. Let's share that. All right, let me know when you can see it.
It was there for a brief second. Now,
Let's see it.
You see it?
I see
you see it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yep.
Got
Yep.
it?
It's
Yep.
there.
See that
yeah.
right there?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, one thing that I love about this is USDA organic. And these are the ones that I looked at a lot of different ones, but this is the only one that I thought that was really good. It's non-GMO, vegan, and it's alcohol free.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? So that's a very good formula. Very, very, very good formula.
Now, in taking this formula, do you have to be careful of what you eat?
Right.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you always got to watch what you eat.
right.
You know, that means, yeah, don't start taking herbs and go get a chitlin hoagie.
Well,
But I mean, let me ask this. How about codfish?
Yes.
All of that white fish. That's pretty good for the person that has the cancer to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always do fins and scales.
Yes.
Remember? Anything
Okay,
with fins
yeah,
and
fins and
scales. Nothing. If it has fins with no scales, leave it alone.
Yep.
Okay.
Those are the bottom feeders. And that's if you go into the because a lot of people don't know the habitat of fish because when you see it, it's all basically there's on there. You don't know what you're looking for, or you know the habitat. So just ask the fish market, are these fins and scales? If it's fins and scales, yes, you shall freely eat. That is what the Bible says, right?
Mm-hmm.
And stay away from the shell crustacean. See, one thing that they're putting and they're doing with a lot of seafood also, they're adding this thing called sodium tripolyphosphate. You ever heard of that? Sodium tripolyphosphate.
TPP.
Yep, there you go. Go ahead, Arnitha. Go ahead.
And it's in a lot of the frozen seafood.
Yes.
There you go. And they soaking it with that because they know if I soak this with it, it's going to make it heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I can make more money there, Big B.
Mm-hmm.
More money.
My.
We'll pack it in there, make it heavier, and it's more toxic. You ever been cooking fish or something and you lay it in the pan and you see that white stuff that come out?
Yeah.
That's it.
Ooh.
That's the stuff right there.
Ooh.
So those things are endocrine disruptors. Throws the thyroid off. Causes issues of blockage in the lymphatic system. Shuts down these things, right? Yeah. So this lymphatic support is the herb for this day and time that we're living in, because this thing is going to help to move these toxins out of the body. Let's go over to see what's on here. Here is echinacea, elderberry, plantain leaf, graviola, blue vervain, yarrow leaf. That was also the leaf and the flower, myrrh, resin, and thyme leaf. Got it? These are all excellent for moving the lymphatic system. Got it?
What about milk thistle? I thought you told us to.
Sure. That's good too.
Milk
thistle. That's going. Milk thistle is good for the liver.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but some are designed specifically for moving specifically the lymphatic system. And that's what these are. Got it? So you can't go wrong with the milk thistle. You can't go wrong with the burdock root. You can't go wrong with the dandelion or golden seal or olive leaf extract. These off just the top are some of the herbs that move the lymphatic system also. But it's always good to get a formula already put together for you so you don't have to do all of the putting together. And basically it's 30 drops per dosage. So if you're doing it, you probably want to take it with like a good green drink, if you're taking my green drink or if you're doing yours, and then you take it every time you take the green drink, put a little bit of that in there. That'll keep it moving. Got it? But you got to do your exercise. This is not an excuse for not doing exercise, y'all. You got to do some exercise.
All right.
Because you know what happens, what moves the lymphatic system is the pseudomotor, which is your sweat glands. Got it? So folks, like, don't be too cool that y'all can't sweat. Who sweat out here today?
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Raise your hand if you did some exercise today. Who raised their hand? Ain't too
Didn't have a choice. Kids is running around the gyms. I had no choice.
I see Octavia. All right, so that's what I recommend because it's USD, non-GMO, vegan, and it's alcohol free, which is really good in my book. Got it?
So will this help somebody that has prostate cancer? Will this like cure the cancer or what?
Okay, watch the word cure.
Yes.
Okay, because remember what cure means to us. It just means balance for us. You're not curing anything. The body does everything. No, they got us in the mood for looking for allopathic, a magic bullet for cures. There is no cure other than the body out of balance. Dis-ease means imbalance. When you're in a state of balance, you're in a state of ease. But when you're out of balance, that's where the word dis-ease comes from. It just means out of balance. So what you're doing is when you see imbalance, you feed the body corrects itself. Now you're back in balance. Now the problem has been corrected. Got it? That's the key. That's the key. Always watch what the key words when people say stuff like that, because they want to make it and hang it on a drug or a pharmaceutical or something. Just have a magic bullet. Yeah. Get more into balance issues. So everything that you've heard that may be considered a dis-ease, and I want you to switch the word out for imbalance. Got it?
Okay.
Got it? So think about it. So if I'm talking about give me something, how about diabetes, right? What's diabetes?
Imbalance.
A disease. It's an imbalance of the pancreas. Got it? Give me another one. High blood pressure. What's high blood pressure? Imbalance of what? It could be a lot of different things with blood pressure. It could be plaque buildup, too much plaque buildup in the arteries and veins. It could be this endothelial thing with the vessels are hardening. Got it? Out of balance. Everything's about balance. Or it could be you have a misalignment in your back. Got it? Another imbalance. These are all imbalances. So when you attach disease, look at it from a perspective of always imbalance. And
so
then
the prostate cancer would be what? An imbalance of what?
Right. Prostate cancer comes from the imbalance of constipation. That is correct. Constipation. Men have several. That's one of the reasons. It can also be a misalignment in the lower lumbar of the back. It also can be an infection that's running in their system of a UTI that's been going on for a bad long time. You got it?
And they just don't know. Okay.
All these, a lot of those things we go over with the men. So we have a little checkpoint where these are all what? Imbalances. Ain't that the commonality? Ain't that deep? All commonalities are imbalances. So whenever somebody says disease, you think of, okay, what's out of balance? Something's out of balance. Got it?
Okay.
We got to change our philosophy, our work, because we've been mistaught, miseducated, misinstructed. So keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Good stuff, y'all. Good
and,
stuff.
And in the world outside here in media, it's called subliminal seduction. Okay, and semantics, the understanding of words and what they mean. So, guys, we have to make sure that we get the proper way to look at things. When we do that, then the rest of it falls right in.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
So, who do we have up in the top there? We got Anthony up there.
Yeah.
Anthony?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can ask one question before we move on about this formula.
Can you come out of
one more question about the formula?
Yes, you were saying that you mentioned that it's good to take it at the change of season, even if you don't have cancer, is what I think I heard you say. So if you're doing that, do you do take like a 30-day supply or 45-day supply? What's a good average amount to take at the change of season? Because I looked online and they have different quantities. You get 45-day, 60-day, 30-day. So change of season.
Yeah, first time when you get started. Cynthia, is that you? Cynthia
That would be me, yes. Cynthia,
yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely. I would do a 30-day. I would start with 30 days. We say not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent injuries, just food for the soul. So you're getting back into a rhythm. You got to get yourself into a slow rhythm first and get used to the herb, get used to it, because it's going to move your system. See, the one thing when you move lymph, remember, you have 3 levels of pairs of nodes. You have an upper pair. It's called the cervical, right around your neck area. Y'all watch me?
Right.
You got a pair underneath the armpit. That's the axillary. And you have in the groin area, that's the inguinal. So what's happening is as you're moving these limbs, look at those as the gates. And the gates are recirculating. They're recycling, saying, all right, wait a minute. Before I get rid of this, I might have missed some potassium, magnesium, chromium, something. I might have missed something. So before I recirculate it, I'm going to recirculate it one more time before I get rid of it. And then when it comes out in your stool, comes out of your poop, comes out like a mucus pad. So if you ever see like a mucus pad, that's with your poop. That's lymph. That's some of the most toxic part of your body right there. Got it? Now, one of the things that you can do, like I said, you got to start to exercise. You got to sweat. That's the key that's going to move this whole thing. You got to start moving. And when we are getting sedentary because of the, not moving around, we got into this whole thing, what's going on with COVID. People have gotten real, not doing the right thing. Just do something. Here's what you do. Do something every day at the same time. If you can do it the same time every day. So that's like, if you do, for example, you might want to do like some kind of full body exercise. Remember, I said rebounding, but also the elliptical machine. The elliptical machine, you're doing that. You can do recumbent bikes, sitting down, pedaling. Got it? Something that's going to cause you to do something every day. Try to do it at the same time. Got it? All right.
Makes sense. Thank you.
All right.
Dr. Paul, my niece is waiting to get in.
Who is your niece? I don't have anybody here waiting right now.
She got me on the phone. Kimberly.
Now everybody's in. Yep. So she's got to check that browser.
Have her check her browser.
Yeah, Carol. Nobody's here right now. Yep. All right.
Okay. All right. Before we go to Anthony, Dr. Paul, someone asked a question about the green hour and the time, and we'll make sure. I think that's Antoinette. Antoinette, the green hour is on Sunday. Dr. Paul's holistic health program is on Saturday morning from 9 until 10. The green hour is 3 to 4 on Sunday. Okay. So just wanted to make you aware as to which program comes on at what time.
Yeah, and also remember, you can also grab the app from the App Store. Go to the App Store, download the WURD app, and you can actually see that. Now, if you're someone that has, I don't get into the app and all that stuff, well, we do have the rebroadcast of all of the shows on the Dr. Paul Holistic Health Network, which is actually it's actually on Facebook. If it's a private group, but if you basically go there, just type that in, Dr. Paul Holistic Health Network, and you'll get in. We'll let you in. Just let you ask 2 questions, like, what's your goal, and you're ready to transform your life, and you click yes, and then boom, you're in. Got it?
Yes. I actually it used to come on Saturday at 3, but
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've been missing it on Saturday because of that.
Okay, you're a long time listener right there.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
You just showed your viewing age.
Okay.
All right.
9 o'clock on Saturday.
9
That's right. 9 a.m.
Saturday morning, and then 3 o'clock on Sunday. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I also want to say too, and I know that people want to hear naturopathy because we have so many concerns about what's going on. But the design for the green hour is a different model than my show on Saturday. The green hour has been focused on, and this is by the producers. Somebody's I got to mute somebody. Somebody mute. The design of the show is that the green hour talks about all and everything that's green. Got it? So what's happening with the green hour? We talk about everything that's green. So it's not going to be anything. Who's on there that's actually, hey,
Dr. Paul, you can mute everybody.
I know. I don't really want to do that, but I got to do it sometime. I know.
Man, then it was a man.
Yeah.
That's Beverly Miller.
All right. Got it. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So again, the green hour is a show that bases on all that is going on around the world and everything that we do. So I can't talk about, I try to balance it out because they want to have a balanced show, because really you got to talk about how the people on the planet are one. You remember that's part of a monologue when we talk. So I'll always answer the questions, but that's the reason why we don't talk just about herbs on the green hour. Got it? All right, Big B, tell me what we got over there, buddy. We got Anthony. Is Anthony still over there?
I'm still here. Real quickly, I thank you. And I got 3 quick questions. My last question is for you and Nita. My first question is, Uber Ursa. If I'm taking that for the kidneys, I know it's okay to take, but on the bottle, why do they say if you have kidney disease, consult your physician,
right.
professional?
Well, it's always going to say that with mostly all herbs because it's an herb that deals with, it's an antiviral. Got it? Antiviral. It's also antibiotic. So just like with the golden seal and things, you have to have proper instructions on how to take it. That's simply it. Got it?
Okay.
So that's why they say always take that by, recommendation that someone has helped you with it. And if it's for you.
Okay. Yeah. Second question is jasmine rice. Is that, that's a good rice?
Yeah. Once you remember, go to your acid alkaline food chart. Remember? And remember, if you're going to the acid alkaline food chart, that's where you want to look for rice. Go down where it says grains. You have your chart with you? Maybe I should pull
not in front of me, but I can get it. I'll get it.
Yeah, just basically go down the grains. Got it? And from the grains, you would go to the alkaline side and you can see, well, you'll see where jasmine falls in. But even if you did not, this is for those because people are looking for the exact word jasmine and it may not be there. So anything that you go to the acid alkaline food chart, always look for the parent of that grain. So, for example, if you're looking at, people will look for something like lima beans. Well, lima beans may not be on there, but the parent to lima beans would be the what? The fava bean. So the fava bean is on there. So that's the same thing that applies. Got it? Okay. So always go to the parent of what you don't see on there. So if you don't see the exact name, because you remember grains are broken down into variations and sub-variations. So sometimes you may not see the exact thing you're looking for, but that's a good example. All right.
Okay. Last question is for you and Anita.
Okay. Somebody's at my door. I got to put you on pause. Anthony, I'm so sorry. Big B, take me from here. I got to do something real quick. Somebody just went to my door. Hold up.
Bill, you on mute. Unmute yourself, Bill.
Guys, okay, here we go. Dr. Paul's so happy, muted everybody. Okay. Listen, kind of bear in mind that if you got these questions, since Fingers is not here tonight, since Prophet is not here, if you have specific questions, make sure, guys, that you put them in the chat so that I can make sure that I get them covered for you when Dr. Paul comes back, okay? And also, while he's gone, bear in mind that if you want a copy of tonight's chat, okay, always send me an email. That's to meccavideo@gmail.com. That's MECCAVIDEO @gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. Any specific questions? And we were able to take care of a couple of things this week where there were some specific questions that folk needed an answer for. They sent that question to me and I forwarded it to Dr. Paul. He got it back to me and then I was able to send it right out. And then in one case, he got directly back in touch with them. So, if you have specific concerns that is germane to just you, okay, that I don't need to be in the middle of, that's fine with me because, sometimes we have our own self. We have these very, very specific things that we want to talk to Dr. P about. And that's great because I want to make sure that you get the answer for the specific needs that you're looking for so that guess what? The whole family works out and we just stay on the money. All right.
All right. Thank Dr. you, family. T. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to run to the door real quick. Somebody's at my door.
We thought Andy was on your feet trying to run you down, buddy.
I got a gate for him. All right. So tell me what's going on. Where were we? Anthony, what was that other question that you had, buddy?
The last question for you and Nita. Does it matter if I choose a nurse practitioner over an MD to be a primary care doctor?
Well, it depends on what you need, what your needs are. That's what it comes down to. What is it that you need if you need a nurse practitioner or do you need an MD? It's all based on what you need. So what are your needs?
For primary care.
Primary care. That's what I'm saying. If you're primary care, you're usually going to do with your MD.
Yeah.
But a nurse practitioner has a special place also. They can do other things, that you may not have immediate concerns dealing directly with the doctor. So why would you, anything outside of your primary, why would you need a nurse practitioner? I mean, I'm just asking.
Because in Delaware, they offer more nurse practitioners than there is
and it may be because of availability also with the doctors also. Neitha, I don't know if you want to chime in on that one. I don't know if she's here. Is she still here?
Hope she didn't get blown out by the storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
anyway.
it's always based on, Anthony, it's based on what your needs are. That's what it is. And it always comes back to also you interviewing who you're talking about, and based on what your needs, if it matches what you need.
Okay. Dr. Hall, let me ask a question about that so that maybe that'll kind of help lead the folk. What about the insurance companies? Will they assign a nurse practitioner as your primary?
Yes, they will. They will.
I think that may be where you were kind of coming from, Anthony, so to make sure that you're covered, right?
Yeah. That's not the issue. It's just choosing. I've been to a primary care doctor, but I want to change because I don't like the
I get you.
care that I get. So this is awful.
Okay.
Yeah. She said Neitha may have lost power. That's what it says. Flo's saying there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I think the nurse practitioner, they can't do the surgery, but the MD can.
Right.
They can only do represent.
Yeah,
there's certain levels of representation they can do, but that's why I said it always goes back to what do you need? That's your needs. Right. Make sure your needs. And Anthony, you just want to get a checklist of the things that your needs are, and then that's an easy fill right there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay?
Yeah. So if you have to get surgery, one of the doctors will do your surgery, not the nurse practitioner.
Exactly.
Yeah. I work at the hospital.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, very good.
So can I interject just for a minute? Where does the physician's assistant come in at?
Well,
the physician assistant the same way. They can do, they can see you, but they just can't do the surgery.
That's correct. Yeah, and it depends on the level of that specific physician's assistant. See, some physician assistants may have different levels of credentials that others don't. So that's why I'm saying you got to do your research. You got to do your interviewing. Remember, you are the client.
Yes,
you are the client. You are the president of the corporation. So always write down what your needs are first. And then you start to present that to see who can fulfill those and that you're happy with, number one. Because even when you get the perfect person, you might not like them.
Right.
That's true.
You might not like them. You might say, you know what? I love their credentials, but I just can't stand this person.
No, that's right.
Or somebody just may get on your nerves, whatever. So that's why it starts with you finding out what your needs are first. Got it?
Sorry, guys, I lost Wi-Fi.
That's all right. We're glad you're back.
Glad you're back. Okay, Big B.
I'll put my response to him in the chat.
Okay, very good.
Okay,
appreciate that, Judy. Thank you. All right, Crawford. You're the next man up. You got them? You there, buddy? There you go.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm the new kid on the block, so I'm trying to soak everything in.
Okay.
Dr. Paul's fortunate to get a hold of Dr. Lenny. He did a full evaluation of me, and I go back tomorrow for my results in the primary evaluation. Out of 3 chiropractors, he's done more in one initial visit than any out of the other 3. Out of the other 2.
I told you, I tell you, man, that myofascial is no joke, man.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to
great
to seeing him tomorrow.
Great.
And he sent me a video talking about leaky gut. So in layman's terms, can you kind of just talk about leaky gut?
Sure. Again, we're going back to leaky gut. Usually holes get in the lining of the intestines, and they get leaky gut can be from yeast, yeast buildup, parasitic, and, activity, what means that, these are holes. So, and then from the hole, you have, of course, fecal matter starts to leak out. Now we causing other things that are going on, which means toxicity is overflowing in other parts of the body. So that's where it gets this term leaky gut, but really it's a overflow of yeast, most of the times candida or some kind of parasite. So what's in order? A detox every change of seasons. You got to get it moving. So that means cleanse every change of seasons, colon cleanse, parasite cleanse. Perfect is right now. But it also means watch certain types of meat. You got to pull off certain types of meat, dairy, and processed foods. Because remember, when meat breaks down, a large portion of this happens literally by eating in bad times when you should not be eating meat. Now, you should not be eating meat between 4. All right. Well, actually, let me give you the times you should eat meat. Maybe that'd be better. If you're going to eat meat and you got to eat meat, which we try to say pull off of meat, it would be between 12 noon and 7 p.m. Got it? So that means 4 a.m. till 12 noon and 7 p.m. till 4 a.m. Those are the times you want to stay off meat. Got it?
Yeah, my body's in shock right now from all the stuff that you're telling me not to eat. So
welcome to the club, Crawford. You're not by yourself, buddy. Just hang tough.
Between that and my body being drowned by all this water.
But you know what? It also says something else. Because I thought about that the other day too. Because people come in and they were like, I can't eat nothing, doc. But it shows you how big the scam has gone.
Yeah, buddy. For real.
That we have been indoctrinated with stuff that is just poison in our system. We've been marketed and advertised, and they'll keep the restaurants open 24 hours a day. That all the temptation is in front of you. So it's
what's the time we can't eat meat again?
Don't
never.
I'm sorry, I thought I was on mute.
All right, the times you don't want to eat meat, all right, are between 4 a.m. in the morning till 12 noon. That's part of your assimilation cycle on going into your cleansing cycle. Got it? So you don't want to mess around with that time because your body's first of all is cleansing. 4 a.m. in the morning is preparing for the next day. Got it? Then from 7 p.m. going back around from 4 to 12, then 7 p.m. back to the 4. That's where you're actually doing the assimilation. Your body's preparing. So you don't want to go in those times. If you're going to eat meat, it's between what? 12 and 7. 12 and 7.
Okay.
That's your most active parts of the day.
Next question is, you had recommended eating fruits in the morning. And then you also said that orange juice was no good, but what about oranges?
Sure. When I said orange juice, that's from the carton, and that's because they come in with things like ascorbates and ascorbins, which is another form of corn. Really, it's coming from corn. It's not real orange juice. So what you want? So you can have. No, you can have fruit. You can have oranges, but it has to be fresh squeezed from seeds. Got it? Oranges with seeds, fresh squeeze. You can have that. Yes, absolutely.
No, I'm just talking about regular oranges because I'm going to eat orange, just use that because it takes time to eat,
Right. And so, as long as it has seeds. See, it's becoming a problem now where you can't find oranges with seeds now. It's becoming a task. I mean, they make you work when you go into the supermarket. You got to work now.
Yeah.
It's amazing, y'all. It's amazing. So
the last question is somebody said they knew they had a lymphatic massage. I'm having trouble finding a person who did lymphatic massage. Could they put that in the chat?
Absolutely. There are a lot of lymphatic masseuses that can do that. I would say you can sometimes just Google right on, closest lymphatic masseuse to me. That's what I would do.
Dr. P, let me interrupt for a moment. If you will request last week's chat, Crawford, in the chat. Okay, request last week's chat. And because I believe someone put that in the chat and I can make sure that I get that one out to you. Okay.
And I do have some folks. See, I have some folks that come in and out, and I had a few, but they've either moved from different cities or they moved around. So I'll start to look on that and I'll see if I can get that, because the lymphatic system is a major part of the body right now that's under attack. Yeah,
I went to Google. It said near me, and then I pulled this person up, and then when I pulled this person up, they recommended me to another person. And then I actually went to the building, and the office was closed, so it's kind of like a runaround. So,
well, I think that means you get a recommendation. So we'll try to get a recommendation for you.
I'll ask for the chat from last week. Thank you.
Yeah, chat from last week. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Can I ask a question about the cleanse, since we're talking about a cleanse?
Sure.
Lymphatic. You said earlier to get the lymphatic. I can't pronounce it, but I'm going to get that. So should I still do the cleanse that you have?
Sure, you can always still do that. Yep, Yep. Now remember, for every time you're taking an additional herbs for doing anything, you got to do what? What's the main thing?
Drink water.
Drink that water. Remember, herbs are going to demand water. Got it?
Yes.
You can't take herbs and not do water. See, that's how they nullify all the herbs and say you can't take that herb. See, it messed your liver up. Because usually when they take the rat or a mouse or whatever, they'll give the herb until the liver shuts down. And then when you look in the study, it said they never gave the animal any water. So that's why it shut down. So it just proved positive that the liver, in order to operate, has to have that activator, which is the water.
Yes.
Got it? So when you do a good water, like a spring water bottle at the source, excellent stuff, y'all. Excellent stuff.
Makes a big difference, guys.
Yep. Also, I want to say one more thing while we're on the water. I want to spring water bottle at the source. Yeah. Any water, spring water bottle at the source. Got it. Now, I also want to say, sometimes when you get in a situation where you can't find certain waters, a lot of people are saying sometimes you can't find the crystal geyser or they can't find a spring water bottle at the source. And I know it gets hard sometimes. So there are some things that we have. We have some alternative things that you can do. One is that Willard water. Y'all remember the Willard water? Remember we talked about the Willard water. Y'all remember the Willard water? Big B, I might have to grab my Willard water, got quiet in here.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah. Willard water. Yeah, it's a catalyst. It's a catalyst for water. So it will actually neutralize. It will give nutrients to more water to be more of a water catalyst. So that can help also. Might not be bad to have a bottle of Willard water with you, large bottle, just in case. Got it? All right, let's see who we have here, Big B.
Can I just jump in and say one thing to Crawford, who was going to Dr. Lenny? I was at Dr. Lenny's today, and I started going to him in August. I could not walk. And so I am just so happy because today was fantastic. Everybody in the office knows your name. They call you and you get to work with Dr. Lenny, and I can walk. I mean, I went.
Amen.
All right.
Now that's what's up. Yes.
Yeah, this is the thing though. Before I went to Dr. Lenny, I was feeling like my head was real heavy, like I was going to fall over because my head was so heavy. And I was telling my physician about this, and they just looked at me like I was crazy. In fact, I started to think that I was crazy. But when I went to Dr. Lenny, he took the x-rays and showed me the spine and all this kind of stuff and explained to me what was happening. And now I don't feel that anymore. I've only been going to him since the end of August. So I am very pleased. Thank you.
Yes,
all right,
absolutely.
very good.
Congratulations, Barbara, because that's exactly, people are starting to see what I'm telling you. I've seen when we do the RM3A, we see so many issues with the spine. And I'm saying to myself, this person's taking pharmaceutical medicines for the heart. And it's not even the heart, it's their back. And that's where the misconception's going on, and I'm saying this whole system is totally backwards. Wow. So that's why the understanding that your back, remember, we don't use our back a whole lot.
Yeah.
So that means that's the weakest muscle in your body. So it tends to be, it holds the spine in place, but it falls. When you don't do exercise with that back, that means you're going to be slumping forward. Most people I see are like this. And we're in the digital age where everybody's on these things right here, the phone.
Yeah, all the time. Yes.
So everybody's moving forward. So you might want to also grab, I have that thing called the hemp vana that I tell everybody about, the hemp vana. You know about the hemp vana? Everybody know about the hemp
real
vana?
quiet again.
No,
They
no.
get quiet on me, don't they?
Got real quiet again.
Real quiet on me.
I don't know. I can't talk.
That's right. That's right.
All right, the hemp vana is, and there's a lot of different ones that are out there, but I like this one specifically because it's made out of hemp. And this hemp vana is a device that's used for, it's not a correction device, but it is simply a device for reminding you to stay up straight. Got it? Sit up straight. So let me show you what this is. Y'all want to show this?
Yeah, you need to see it because that's a good thing to do because there's a product out there called hemp vana, which is, CBD. So make sure you got the right one.
No, not that.
You understand what I mean? So I just want to make sure you got the right thing. So
no,
folks understand.
That one. This one right here. Y'all see that?
Oh, okay.
Got that? See that right there? See this guy right here? That's the average person right there. See right there? Y'all can see that?
Yes.
Right there?
Yes.
See, when you have the hemp vana, it's very light, made out of hemp, and it's actually from here. You got straps on both shoulders, and it goes around the waist. Mm-hmm. So take a look at. Let me see if there's another one here. See how the posture here. See your shoulder should be in line with your ear. See right here. Mm-hmm. That's what you're supposed to be. But the average person is moving forward like this. See this? See the urban person like this?
Yes.
And that's going to press all of everything that goes from the top of your head to your thyroid. Got it? And that means pressuring on that area can affect migraines, headaches, temple headaches, eyes, ears, sinuses, throat issues, all the way down to the thyroid. And also it can affect the heart also. But that's why when you have the device on, it can help you to stay posture high. Keep your chest up. Keep your head up. Tuck the chin. Got it? See the chin way out here? Look at that. They call that text neck. Mm-hmm. They call that text neck. So you don't want text neck, right? And that's why that's a good thing for you. So see how a lot of people who are working at the desk, see how she's working at her desk? See right here?
Yeah.
See how she's working at her desk?
And Dr. Lenny will remind you about that every time you're in there with your phone.
Yes. Don't lean like this when you're on the phone. You can also do like this. One move is like this. Take your phone.
Yes.
Have your phone. Y'all see me? Take your phone.
Put it right up here.
Put your hand underneath here. Underneath like this.
You can't see.
Got that? Can you see it? You just put you want to hold your phone and you put your arm under your arm.
No,
like
we can't
this.
See you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's because of your background, Doctor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold up. Let me close that out. Like here. I'm sorry. See right here? You just basically will hold your phone up like this. And then you put your hand under your elbow and just hold it up to you. Got this, like this, to eye level. Got it? That's the key. And the whole concept of that is that you're not dipping. Don't dip your head. Mm-hmm. Don't move your head forward. That's the problem. Got it? And you can see some incredible things and changes with that. You start to feel sinus issues clear up, eyes, all those things. But people have a structural issues. A lot of people with structural issues. All right. Okay. Let's see what we have, Big B.
Okay. We got Sheila up there next. Sheila? There we go. You must be muted, Sheila, because we can't hear you. There you go.
Sheila?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Okay, go ahead, Sheila.
I have a family member that has HS. I had never heard of that.
What is it called? You're breaking up there.
HS.
HHS, Dr. Paul.
Just one H.
Oh, just one H. Just HS?
Yes.
HS?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you got it.
Can you tell me more about that?
Well, you got to tell me a little bit more about what you're saying. Are you talking about bumps under the skin?
Right. Yes, he's had this since 2016. It started on one part of his buttocks, and now it's spread to the other part.
Okay. Yeah, that's all part of, again, anything that's toxic in your body. Got it? After a while, we're talking about the lymphatic system. It's going to try to push it out of your skin. Bumps, blisters, boils, psoriasis, eczema. Got it? Those are what's pushing out of the skin. There's a lot of stuff. See, that's the last crisis level of the body trying to get rid of poison. So that if you're not going to push it out, I'm going to push it out. So it's going to push it out of the skin. They'll come up with these different names because they want to put a drug to every name that they make. That's what they're doing. But it means the same thing to the body. It's getting it out of here. It's nothing more than a boil or some form of toxicity that's coming out of the body. So what do? You got to move that lymphatic system. Probably the lymphatic system is shutting down. So you got to push that stuff out of you. That lymphatic system that I just gave you, you got to check his water, stay off the processed food, lay off the meats, all those things that we talk about. Top 10 toxic foods. Stick on that list. And then get his water right. That's the start. But that one of those, that Mary Ruth's formula is a good formula to keep it moving. But to be sure, just tell him to give me a call and I'll break it down to him. Got it? Because I would have a lot of questions. Usually it's always imbalances of the food choices. That's where it comes from.
It's getting worse. It's not improving. The doctors tried to put him on Humira, but he refused to take that.
Yeah, that's right. All the drugs are going to make it worse. It's it's an imbalance of the pH. So it's really toxic. See, this is what the problem is. If you don't get that lymphatic system clean, the body says, I have no choice but to dump this in your blood. Got it? If I dump this in your blood, that's an autoimmune issue. Lupus, fibromyalgia, sarcoidosis, multiple myeloma, leukemia. All that stuff is autoimmune because it has no choice but I got to get it somewhere. The body's trying to keep you alive. But we're eating all the bad foods, and that's what's causing the problem. So it's basically like a cesspool. It's just like a cesspool.
So true.
It's not going anywhere. When you have a cesspool where nothing can get in and nothing can get out, it's like the Dead Sea. It's just sitting there. And what is happening? It's going to start to be the residue for bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, all of that stuff. And that's really what gets into it. And it starts to overflow into all other parts of the body. You know what that's like? I always get a visual. Try to get a visual for y'all. That's like if you flush in your toilet and it keeps overflowing. Nothing's going down. Got it? And you keep flushing it, and it came out. Now it's running all in the bathroom. It's all everywhere. Sewage everywhere. That's what's happening inside your body. You got a visual of that? That's what's happening. And then it has no other choice but to come out the windows now. And that's the skin. You got it? So I'm trying to give it in a way that you can understand it, but that's really what's happening. So he needs a detox.
Dr. Paul, just wanted to ask, is that person a diabetic?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
They tried to put him on metformin because he wouldn't take the Humira. But he's not a diabetic, so I don't know why they tried to put him
he needs a whole new game plan. When you have a toxic lymphatic system, you need a whole new game plan. You need a whole new game plan. You need also a transformation by the renewing of your mind.
Amen.
Everything that you're doing, you got to stop all that stuff. You know what I would say? I want to do a challenge, and this is going to probably be in the next maybe month or so. I want to do a challenge, and I'm going to start with a 5-day challenge. Got it? I'm going to start with a 5-day challenge, and it's going to be a 5-day raw food challenge. Got it? I'm going to show you how to do this, because when you get so toxic, sometimes you got to pump the brakes a little bit. Some of y'all just eating too much. And you got to pump the brakes a little bit. And it's going to be a little rough at first start. But if you hang in there, you're going to start to see some incredible changes with your body. But you got to start to do something. You got to slow down from eating all of this junk. It's terrible and it's killing people. It is. So keep that in mind. All right.
I know that I keep cutting in, and I do apologize, but I thank the person that just asked that question about the skin, because I have eczema, and all of a sudden it's just flaring up, and it's really getting on my nerves. And you just answered it, detox. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Dr.
Thank
Paul,
you.
that HS she's talking about is hidradenitis suppurativa.
Yep, that's
I'll
correct.
put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nathan.
And if you look at what that is it's basically bumps under the skin, and it's actually from the sweat glands. Yes, I mean it's usually close to some of the sweat glands.
It's very bad with him. He is leaking a lot of fluid.
Yeah. See, it comes back. It's gonna come back to those sweat glands.
I know that's right,
tell
buddy.
y'all, if you ain't moving, it ain't going nowhere.
I know that's
you gotta
right.
start sweating. How, if I may ask, how much does he weigh and how tall is he?
No. It said he lost a lot of pounds. He's probably 150. 150, 155.
Okay.
How tall is he, Sheila?
How tall is
about?
And maybe like 5'4".
That's what. See, there we go.
Yeah. You got to get that moving.
I wish I could send you pictures of it. It's terrible. It's from one cheek to the next, and he's leaking. He can't sit down. He can't drive properly because of the pain in the butt. And all the leakage of fluid.
That is, they calling it hydrantis suppurative, but that's a boil. That's a boil.
That's a big
that's a big boil.
To try to treat either. They got to take care of all the other comorbidities going on.
Yeah, that's right. It's the same thing over and over. See, the body's calling it one thing. I'm getting rid of it. That's what the body says. Made up his mind.
I want it out. That's all.
I want it out. That's right. That's the perfect code that God has put into us. It's a perfect system working on your behalf. It's trying to flow this stuff out of your body. But again, just the understanding communication that we don't have with understanding where we are. So keep that in mind. Okay, Sheila?
Great, thanks.
All right. All right. Very good. Rose, you there? Heal thyself.
I'm here. Hi, everyone. I don't really have a question, but I'm just piggybacking on last week when someone was.
You piggybacking or you veggie backing?
I'm veggie backing. Excuse me. It's been 45 years. I've never touched a pig or cow. But anyways, thank you, Dr. Paul. I was speaking, veggie backing on some inquiries last week about a good vegan butter. And I've been using I can't believe it's butter, and it says vegan on it, and it has omega-3s in it. And I just wanted to share that because I used to use Earth Balance, but now I don't use that. And this one has the purified soybean oil, palm and palm kernel. It doesn't have any canola. It has vinegar in it and vitamin A. And I know the vinegar is not Dr. Paul's favorite, and it has beta carotene. But anyways, it tastes really good, and it has the word. I'll try. See, can I?
Yeah, they've turned it around. They've tried to turn it around because they know that a lot of
vegan.
Yeah.
Of course, gotta get your eyes. See,
vegan.
They gotta draw you in, Rose. Gotta draw you in.
Yeah, they got enough pressure from the vegan family. And that they started saying, well, maybe we should change stuff, y'all. And that's what they're all doing. So you give them a chance to correct themselves. And a lot of these companies are making changes. They do hear you. So when you make, requests that, y'all got canola oil in here. See, canola oil is starting to make its rounds, and people are starting to wake up to it. Because when that cholesterol levels start going so high and they start talking about a statin medication, then you say, hey, wait a minute, it's that butter, it's that canola oil in everything. And also the other things that are oils. So people start putting 2 and 2 together, and it starts getting back to them. And they say, well, what can we do to make our product better? So they're waking up. They're waking up.
And
they're waking up.
The hemp Fana,
that you just showed, Dr. Paul. I guess you can wear that even under your clothes if you wanted to. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, that's right. It's very thin too. It's very thin. It's not too heavy, so it can go under your ladies. It can go under your blouse. You know, it can go under gentlemen. You can go under your t-shirt. You know, it can. It's very light, but it's just enough. Just enough to let you know you're moving in the wrong direction. Got it?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you, Rose. Appreciate you.
I appreciate
Big
you all
B.
too.
Yeah.
Big B, you know, so many times we just don't know when we're leaning wrong. You watching TV and your favorite show, and you go,
I got slumped on it.
What's the name of that again?
Some of y'all got holes in your couch.
Well,
your elbows leaning
hallelujah.
on that couch. Some got holes in your couch. Some of y'all, go ahead, Judith. I see you. She did just like this, right at the right moment. See, some of y'all that leaning like that got your perfect imprint right on your bed and then your table where your TV is and everything. So what does that mean? You got to change it up a little bit.
Yes,
move it around a little bit. You know, get some pads, move from the right to the left. Got it? Be careful.
What's the name of that contraption again?
Hempvana.
Hempvana, yes.
Yeah, Hempvana. It's just a device that's used. It's not a correction device. It's a reminder device that you're slumping or you're curving. It's just to remind you to stay up straight.
Okay, and how do you get rid of mucus in the body?
Well, that's remember what mucus is. It's number one, you got to stay off the foods that cause mucus. Remember, mucus is the transient system for removing waste out of the body. So it's not a bad thing. It's actually just showing that you're very toxic and it has to go. So the color of the mucus tells you the intensity of how much or how intense the infection or whatever it is attacking you. But you have things that you can take that can actually help that. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Any greens that you take, high on that list, I would be alfalfa. Got it? High alfalfa. And that would be chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, if you buy the liquid chlorophyll, it has, that's usually form of alfalfa. You can add 2 or 3 caps of that into your water when you drink. And usually on contact, you can start to see the mucus come out. That means it's alkalizing you. Got it? But you got to stay off the foods. And who actually asked that question?
Kamari.
It sounds Kamari.
So yeah, you got to stay off the acid forming foods and you got to get your water right. Got it? You got the right water, right?
It's the crystal water from Dollar Tree.
Yep, Crystal Geyser. Got it. Make sure you know which one though, because there's a lot of crystals out there. So make sure you're on point with that. Got it? Crystal Geyser. Half your body weight in ounces. Got it. Get you some chlorophyll. Got it. So that's chlorophyll. Green drinks work also. Green drinks work also. So anything green is going to be chlorophyll, but something about that alfalfa just sparks and pulls stuff out like on contact. It does amazing things. So
okay, even if it's clear mucus.
Mucus is mucus, and then when it gets thicker, that just shows you the intensity of whatever's going on. So if it goes from white, next one is yellow. That means whatever it is, bacteria or virus or some kind of fungus or something, I got to thicken it up so I can grab it, pull it out of you. And if it's real bad, that's usually viral. Viral turns green. If you ever if you're around somebody and they spit out and it's green, you better run.
Run real fast.
Okay.
Real fast. All right.
Got it. Run. Don't stick around.
Dr. Paul, this is Kay from Philly. I met Camaria, the one that just asked the question in New Orleans this past weekend. And I told her about you, and I told her mullein also. I told her mullein tea.
Yeah.
And I told her about the crystal geyser. So I did educate her, and I'm happy that she made it this week.
Amen.
So
All right.
All right. That's great. See that? That's what you're supposed to do. See?
Recruiting in New Orleans. All right. That's what I'm talking about. You get an apple today. That's non-GMO, by the way.
with seeds, no less.
With seeds. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But yes, mullein or any of the expectorants, we have expectorants. One that's also good would be, of course, the syrups that we use, which is the Old Indian wild cherry bark syrup. Also, any of the elderberries, it could be the black elderberry. That's also good. Sambucus, that's good. Any of those things, they're all expectorants. Those are in the family of mucus relieving. It pulls it off the lungs. Got it? So those are some of the things that can help. All right. Let's see what we got.
Okay, Robin is up in the corner. Dr. P.
What? I done asked so many questions.
Go ahead, Robin.
She forgot what she wanted to know now.
She about her 12 question right now.
Alkaline water.
Yes.
I drink the Crystal Geyser, but is alkaline water really alkaline water?
Okay. The ones that say alkaline water are usually what's called reverse osmosis.
Yes.
Okay. You might find one. There's one called, I think it's like 88. There's Sentia. There's a lot of them out there. There's even one. Oh, you know what? There's one. Check this out, y'all. This is a go. Thank you for reminding me. There is a water, and I got this question a while ago, and I tested the water the other day, and I'm glad you brought that up. This water is called what is it called? It's called Proud Source. Proud Source. Okay. And it's a sparkling spring water bottled at the source. And it's from the Apalachicola. Not the Apalachicola forest. In Florida. That's in Florida. Right? All right. So, and I'm thinking, I'm excited. I see the bottle. It's in like a 10 bottle.
Yeah.
In like a little aluminum type bottle. I said, okay. It says on here, lightly carbonated.
Yes.
And I always say, well, I want to test to see some of these naturally, because there are some naturally occurring carbonated waters. You know how my thing on carbonization, remember, carbonization is always, it's form waste. So you don't want that. That's like sodas, sparkling waters, and things like that. So I'm looking at this and it says bottle at the source. So Big B, I said, now you got my wheels turning. I said,
okay.
Y'all rolling up the doctor's tree here. So I said, you know what? Let me see what it says. So y'all tell me if this is good or not. All right. Based on what we know, right? It says crafted by nature. Our sparkling natural spring water is bottled at the source straight from the springs of Florida's abundant Apalachicola forest. It's naturally filtered by thousands of layers of ancient limestone rock, leaving minerals and electrolytes that deliver a crisp, refreshing taste. Now listen to it, right? That sounds all good, right? Y'all with me on this?
Talk to us.
Yes. All right. I'm just checking. So I look at the other thing, and just underneath of it, it says bottled for nature. That's the next paragraph. It says bottled for nature.
For nature, okay.
Ending single-use plastic is just the beginning. At Proud Source, we hold ourselves accountable to the earth in all aspects of our craft for our infinitely recyclable bottle to a sustainable, sourceful methods. It's a choice today for tomorrow. Discover what makes us so proud at ProudSourceWater.com. That's the name of it, right? So I looked at and I'm like, I'm all psyched up, Big B. I'm like, oh man, this is some good stuff here. What are they saying, right? Then I go down to the bottom. And it says naturally occurring minerals and electrolytes. And it says contents, Proud Source spring water with carbonization added. Carbonization added. I said, oh man, y'all got me so hyped on this water, and then you put carbonization in it.
Right.
Just for a little fizz. And it destroys the water. So when I tested it, it was absolutely, seriously acidic. You do not want this water.
Okay.
But it just goes to show you they have no understanding of what's going on with what's in your body. So the average person would look at this and say, wait a minute, doc said bottle at the source. It's bottle at the source. But if you didn't catch that line, you would think that this would be a good water. Where it simply says proud source spring water with CO2 added. They added it to it. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Be very careful. Be very careful. Read the labels. Got it? Anything purified, filtered, reverse osmosis, or distilled. That's all you're looking for on the bottle. So, Robin, when you look at that, always just look for any of those things. If it says any of those, get rid of it.
Okay, now the Crystal Light.
Crystal Light?
Crystal Light in my water.
Oh my goodness.
I want you to tell me no so I can stop.
Stop.
Real easy. Stop.
Say no more. I'm done.
Crystal Light. All right, let me tell you. Let me give you an example. You didn't got my Crystal Light. Hold up. You know, you got my typing fingers moving now. Hold up. Crystal Light. All right. You got to remember that's refined sugars. Got it? Do not want anything that's refined. See, anything that's refined has been already stripped of minerals. Now that's going to, when you drink that, it's so dehydrated that your body says, I don't have any moisture with this. I need to pull the moisture just to put this out. So I'm going to grab it from your arteries and veins. Now your pressure goes up. Got it? That's what's happening. So no refined sugar, no refined salt, no refined oils. Got it?
That's one more question in reference to moles.
Sure.
Moles,
like moles.
Oh, moles, M-O-L-E.
Moles, like, okay, got it.
The moles, I'm all of a sudden they starting to pop up around my neck and they itch.
Yep, that's skin coming out the skin.
Okay.
That's what we've been talking about. Yep, skin tags, moles, things like that. That's when they start to appear around the neck. That's your cervical right here, cervical lymph nodes right here.
Right here. Yep.
Right out of here. Yep. So it's starting to come out. So now you can do things like with that Mary's Ruth formula. We say you can also do things not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food with the soul family. You can start to do things like topicals, like the Dr. Christopher's Black Ointment. That will start to draw. You know, that's why back in the day, folks used to have draws. And these are herbs and things that draw this stuff out of you. So while you're taking it internally, you can also be doing that externally, and it brings it down, starts to pull it out of you. But also, what do you got to do in the meantime, Robin? Got to do some what?
Exercise.
Exercising. Well, I exercise. I do that.
Got to do that exercise. Keep that exercise going, okay?
I apologize.
Right.
What's the name of the ointment? Dr. Who was it again?
Dr. Christopher's Black Ointment.
Black ointments. Okay.
That's what it's called. Yep. Got it. All right, Robin. All right, we got you today. She got her questions in today, boy. All right.
And she got so much and she forgot what you was asking for.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Oh boy.
All right, Big B, let's go to the chat, man. What you got down in the chat box?
Okay, Beverly cleans the what's this? IHERQLES cleans the blood. See the 12-minute video. Beverly, where is it? Where is that video? Is it my cleansing there? Okay, now Kathy said there's an African American family that just launched a natural water company, natural source water company. Do you know what that name is, Kathy? If you do, drop that in. And there was let's see. Please. Oh, that's what's in it.
Did y'all see that one? Did y'all see the one?
I'm looking Calvin's. Oh, I'm sorry. iPhone. Calvin's iPhone.
Okay.
Okay. Who is that? Calvin's.
Oh, I was just going to say, he called my name, Kathy. So I was just going to say, I'm looking up the name now.
Okay.
They got a Walmart to take it on. They have a natural source on their land, and they and I'll put the name in the chat.
Please do. Please do.
Okay.
That'll help us a lot.
Okay. What was the name again? Give me that one more time.
It's a naturally sourced alkaline water company started by an African American family.
Okay, excellent. Is this the live water?
I'm going to look now.
Yeah, because I remember I gave the story about the live, the live water, which is actually in North Carolina. It comes out of North Carolina, and
that
that's
might be it.
Yeah, that may be it because that's the family. You remember I told y'all about Grandma's story?
Yo.
Remember Grandma's story? Grandma said, "Good Lord, then he came to her in a dream and said, we got our land down there, and we got to get that water to the family. We got to bring it out to the family, to the world. It's time to bring it to the world." And then her grandson said, "I don't even know what you're talking about, Grandma." She said, "Go back down by the tree, way back there. And there's a hole down there. That's our water hole. We don't tell nobody, but that's our water hole." Went down there. And he said, man, he went down. She said, "The good Lord said it's time to give it to the world." So went down there. He had a cousin who was a biologist. She tested the water, and it was some of the most alkaline water on the planet.
Wow.
Right there. So they started their own company. It's called Live Water. And it's actually running through Walmart right now. Their biggest deal right now, they got the first deal they got was Walmart.
All right.
So you may be.
Yes, Dr. Paul, that sounds like the same story because Walmart is marketing it. Yes.
Okay.
That's probably
That's probably Live Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably it. That's probably it right there.
Okay, Dr. Paul, let me just say this because some folk asking for the Tai Chi video that you shared last week. Guys, remember that information is in last week's chat. So please request that at mechavideo@gmail.com. And I send it out as a PDF. And why I send it that way, guys, is because the links that are there are what they call hot links. If you download the PDF and you click on it, it'll take you directly to that video that Dr. Paul shared. Okay. So keep that in mind. That's mechavideo@gmail.com. Request last week's chat. Whatever that date was. Today is the what? The 20. So no, a week ago. Just to record that at mechavideo@gmail.com, and I'll get it out to you that way. And all you have to do is just click on it. It'll take you right to that video. Okay.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
We try and to send out that way, guys. That way you can get access to it. Also, there's a link in there for Dr. Lenny. You can click on that and go direct to his website and contact him directly there. So it's just good. All right.
Okay.
All right. Now we've got Cinnamon up in the corner, Dr. Paul. Cinnamon Stevens, I guess.
Okay, Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Hello. Hey, Dr. Paul.
Hey, Cinnamon. What's going on?
All right. I have two questions. And before I ask my question, I actually got the Hitvana that you were talking about. I actually got that the last time you mentioned it, and it's pretty good. I do use it. I got it from Amazon.
Okay.
Excellent. So it's working for you.
Yeah. I do wear it at night, so it is good to wear in the house. But one of my questions was, so I just want to get your, I guess, thoughts on this. So if someone has to get like a biopsy, like a breast biopsy, they said they use something called breast markers. There is like a titanium that they put. What is your thoughts? Like, do you have an opinion? Like, what do you think of those? Because the doctors were saying that's what they want to do. And I'm like, because they don't take them out unless, if you actually have something, then when they cut out the lump, but they say they just stay there.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This gets back into research, future medicines. This gets into invasive surgeries and things. Be careful. Be very careful. I would think that whenever I hear biopsy, of course, we mismentioned about. They're going in and they're basically opening. When they cut you at the biopsy, that's actually opening up the rest of the body to exposure, potential exposure to infection. Remember, the lymphatic system is the sewer system. So you're opening up that system to the rest of the body. Now, also remember, the lymphatic system is also at the surface of the skin. So I would start to do things like we're talking about here, cleansing, moving this system as much as you can before anything invasive. I would say, unless there was something where it was to the point where it was to the point where it had to be done immediately. Got it? Because if it had to be done where you're past the point of preventativeness and it has to be removed, but you got to make them say that. You got it? That's where your situation has to be. Now, I would say start to detox right away. That would be my question. That would be my thing. Make sure you're fundamentally sound. You're cleansing and doing the things that you have to get this stuff out of you as fast as you can. Remember, if you start to do things, remember this number. I'll write this down. Research, pharmaceutical and medical research. Remember, 1% is considered significant in all the research that we've done. So I've done evidence-based researching. We've performed pre and post evaluations. And every time 1% for your better is always good. So your odds are really for you. If you start to go back, every time you go back and forth to the doctor to get tested, if you're 1% better, then you're supposed to be keeping it moving. Got it? No invasiveness. If you're moving and you're progressing, you shouldn't be having to do those things. So keep that in mind. All right. Keep yourself in the mode and just understand, ask as many questions as you can. Now you are able to do what's called control studies. Got it? If you're concerned about a procedure on anything, this is surgery, whatever, always look for what's called control studies. And what is control studies? Control studies are what happened to the people that are taking this. What's the success failure rate? Got it? What are the people that took this? Where are they now? Did the people that did this procedure, did they look like me?
Well,
was it here in Philadelphia? Where was it around the world somewhere? These are control studies. This is all the data that you need before you do any procedure. Got it? I would get all that data and then try to make a decision that way also. Got it?
Okay.
It puts you in a very tough position, but I would still say in the meantime, do what you're going to do anyway. No matter what the situation is, what are you going to do? You're going to detox, right? So are you doing a detox right now?
Yeah, no, Dr. Paul, I've been doing it for a while. So, because I've been doing the green drink.
Right. But what have you been doing specifically though with that? Have you been doing, you remember, you got to do your exercise, you got to do your pseudomotor, you got to do all those things. What about specifically besides the green drink? What else have you been taking? If I may ask.
So I know you gave me the rare raspberry, the red clover, the burdock root, the chaparella.
You've been watching the foods, right? Watch those foods, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You got to watch them. So
I'm about to get to the point where I have to cut out meat. It's the only thing that's left is the chicken.
Oh.
The only thing. So I'm at that point because it just seems like a lot of these issues that are popping up is like hormonal things.
I'm going to tell you. Let me stop you right there, Settlement. That's what you got to get done. You can't clean the lymphatic system by still eating meat. You got to cut back on that. Yeah. See, and this is where I have a big problem with, organizations. We had a big, there's a documentary that backs this up also. I got to figure out what this is, Big B. Mm-hmm. But this guy sits down and breaks down this whole thing about meat, right? He's like, wait a minute. He went to, what's the American Cancer Society, and and how they were talking about breast cancer, and he says, I went to your website, and when I go to your website, it says for those who have breast cancer and all these things, some of the better foods for you are in this recipe, and it's meat. One of the biggest one was meat, and he's like, wait a minute. He's like, wait a minute. It actually shows that cancer spreads faster and about 47% faster with those that eat meat.
Absolutely.
So why are you promoting this? Why? Because guess what? Guess who pays some of them bills? The meat companies. You got it.
I think that movie you watched was called What the Health is on Netflix.
Yeah, I done seen so many. I'm confused. got so many that I've seen. Is Food Inc.
Yeah.
You know, you got What the Health, you got White Sports Over Knives, you got so many that back this point up. So my word to the wise is this: just make sure you stay focused to what you are doing. Got it?
Okay.
Stay focused to what you're doing. Test your pH because you know you got to keep it moving. You got to get that sweat glands moving, right? Got to get those sweat glands moving. Got to push this stuff out of you. Starts with getting the gut in order also. And that meat is not going to get that gut in order. That's the problem right there. That's it. That meat's got to go. There's eventually some point in time where we don't have options anymore. You know, and when they get serious with terms and language like that, it's time to get serious. You got to knuckle down. You got to come off of that meat. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
No, so because they want me to do the biopsy and stuff, they said the breast markers. What do you think? Like, I'm trying to figure out if I want to like get that. Like, I kind of want to just opt out and say I don't want that at all.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why you got to get the control studies on the breast markers. Got it? You get all the control studies and you have the right to talk to people. Hey, can I talk to people who've had this procedure done? You know, and remember that they look like me. You know, where was it done? You got to ask all those questions. You got to do your homework. You got it? That's before you do anything. I would do that. That's the first thing I would do. And like I said, sometimes you'll understand that, you know, there are procedures. There are sometimes, family, that, you know, when you're past the point of preventativeness, then you have to get something done. You got it? Understand there is a time. Sometimes you've been doing something, but it's not working, and you need to physically get in there and either move something or do something. It does happen. So don't think that doesn't come up. Yes, it does. We need, you know, sometimes, you know, like broke, you know, you break your ankle, something like that. You got to go in the hospital. You got to get that done. You got it. So understand that you do need the medical system in certain things, but you do have the ability to also make your choice. You're the president. Got it? You're the president. All right.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. All right.
So Dr. Paul,
do the
real
control
quick.
studies. Do the control studies. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Paul, what if they get mad if you ask for that?
Too bad.
Who cares? You the president.
Yeah, it's your company you talking about here now.
Wait, if you get mad, who said that?
It's just Galaxy, girl. You better stop.
Who cares?
You better take your bet off on.
Should I bring my beat down stick? Because I sure got it.
What you say?
That's your body.
That's right. I know that's right.
You the president of the corporation. Yeah. You better take that back.
I know that's right.
You know, like my grandma said, you better hush your mouth.
I know that's right. All right, guys, listen, so we can get through these next 5. We're getting close to our time here. I don't want to get beat up. May, you're up next, and then Melody. May? Okay, let's go to Melody. If May,
or is it
that's just May. It's just May. M-A-E.
Is Mimi? Is that your? Do you have your hands up?
Yeah, Mimi has her hand.
It's Mimi. It's Mimi. M-I-M-I.
Okay.
What's up, Mimi?
I'm gonna be real quick. Greetings, everybody. So, real quickly, I have trouble with going to sleep. Sleeping is a really challenge for me. What can I do to help me go? What's a natural herb or something I can take to help me go to sleep at night?
Yeah, conlatives are in order, but I would first challenge you to make sure that you're not drinking water too late at night, right?
Okay.
After 7 o'clock, no water after 7. Last elimination should be about 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. Got it? Also, watch the phones. Watch the phones. No electronic devices. Uh-oh, she's smiling, B. She's smiling. She's smiling. She's smiling.
Hey, Dr. Paul, the one that's like this.
Woo, Lord.
No electronic device. Put them down. Put them down.
All right.
No laptops. Yep. They cause electromagnetic fields of light that are equivalent to the sun. So that makes it feel, or actually the brain and the pineal recognizes that light is too close to the sunlight. And it believes that you're still needs serotonin. Start that serotonin up.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
You're sitting in there juiced up and you're like, I can't go to sleep. That's why.
Wonder why.
Got it.
I got
Was
it.
that it? Was that it, Mimi? It was always
all I got.
phone the whole
That's all she got. She's just trying to go to sleep.
I really love you. You know what? I love this. I love this show. I'm glad I'm part of the circle. This is very helpful, and I'm going to get some sleep.
All right.
That's right. And also get you a Himalayan salt lamp.
Yes.
Got it. Get you a Himalayan salt lamp with a dimmer.
Yes.
Got it?
Okay.
Himalayan salt lamp with a dimmer. Don't get the one that just cuts on and off. Get the one that dims down. And every time you step in your house, at times when the sun going down, that dimming light is going down. Getting that pineal gland
There
ready.
you go. That's right.
Off that melanin. That melanin is gonna put you right to sleep. You're gonna
I know
go right
that's
to
right.
sleep.
I know that's right.
Thank you so much.
All right, very good.
Baby.
All right, Melody. Oh,
I'm here.
okay, May, you there? Okay, there you go. Hold on, Melody. May is there.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get the dang phone on. I have a couple of questions. First, Dr. Paul, what toothpaste do you use? Because I ordered names from I got it with.
Okay, you're going
You're going in and out. May, are you asking what toothpaste?
Yes.
It's a lot of different ones out there. I use one that's called Neem. Mm-hmm. Okay. I use one. Just make sure it's just two things that you want to make sure, and you know everybody has a different taste, but there's two things that you got to watch out for, and one is of course with no fluoride. Got it, fluoride free, and also no sodium lauryl sulfates. Sodium lauryl sulfates. Now, some of the natural ones do have.
Anthony, can you mute, please?
Who is that? Is that Anthony?
Anthony too.
Yeah, where's Anthony? Anthony. Okay. Yeah, I got him. Okay. Keep in mind, remember, no sodium lauryl sulfates and no fluoride. Those are the two things. Sometimes it'll be listed as SLS.
Mm-hmm.
Possible I can. Is it possible I can see the one that you're using? Because I
can't hear.
We can't hear you, May.
Yeah.
I think she wanted to know if it was possible to see the one that you use.
Yeah, there's one that I use. There's one called Hello.
Yeah, Hello. Yep.
There's also one called Desert Essence. There's another one that's called let's see, where's another one? There's one called another one that I really like, this one, but you got to be careful because I did see one time that they had one that had SLS, but I think they removed it, and that's called Essential toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can you hear the ones I just mentioned?
Yes, I heard you.
Okay, so those are the ones that I have, because some of them have like black seed, baking soda, neem extract, mint, cloves. See, all that stuff is good because those are the things that actually help I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you there, May. You're a little bit loud. So some of those things will have the ability. See, cloves is good because it's anti-parasitic.
Yeah.
Got it? So it's going to draw, and it's also an astringent. So that's good for your gums, periodontal, gingivitis, issues like that, overgrowth in gums, things like that. So it's going to draw in. So it also kills parasites that are growing in the mouth, like bacteria and also parasites and infections, things like that. So that's why I would recommend those. So I hope y'all got all those right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dr. Melody, you're there. I'm sorry you're there. I know you're there. Okay, Melody, go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Paul. Hi, everyone.
What's up, Melanie?
My question has to do with like echinacea. I was told that I'm allergic to weeds. Mm-hmm. So do I have to stay away from echinacea?
You can only test that one, because it depends on, keep in mind, when you say allergic, when you say allergic, give me an example of what you mean by allergic.
Well, I wanted to rule out that if I had some allergies, so I went to an allergist and they did like the skin test, where, like the different punctures or stuff on your arms, and then it came back
patches and stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. They told me that I was allergic to that. I thought I had some type of like pollen and weed allergies, and she definitely said I did. And then she said, I told her that I, drink a lot of different herbal teas. And then she said, well, you better stay away from echinacea. And I don't know how to, proceed. Like, do I just remove it if it's something that has echinacea in it, like that lymphatic?
Yeah. So if it's been determined that that's a problem for you, you just go to the next herb. Yep. That's all. You do the thing. See, what were you taking echinacea for?
I was just taking as one of my, healthy immunity boosting, tea that I have. So I can't even say that I had a reaction to it specifically because I didn't have like a specific reaction to it. But when she said you're allergic to these things, she said, be mindful of stuff like echinacea. Because it's weed.
That's why that's why sometimes I challenge when the interpretation, because here, remember, the definition of some people saying allergic means that you have an outbreak, right? They'll say there was an outbreak there, but really, what have we been talking about the whole time today? We've been talking about the lymphatic system,
right?
Whenever that just shows you that it's working, it's pushing it out of you.
Getting it out.
It's pushing it out of you. So that's why you have to. There's a little bit more interpretation that needs to be done there.
So if I wanted to try that lymphatic detox liquid that you recommended, even though it's echinacea is in it, it would be okay to try.
Well, I would say, remember, if you need more interpretation from the allergist that just gave you that definition. What does it mean when you say allergic? Does it mean that you're having, what symptoms would I be experiencing? You need those questions because, remember, some people's interpretations of or some kind of allergic reaction can be more like, anaphylactic shock. That's a reaction. You don't want an anaphylactic shock, right, Neetha? Something that caused you to stop breathing or something. Or you mean just a little rash breaking out on me? What does that mean? You got to get a breakdown of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because people's interpretations of what you're allergic to can be very mild to extreme. So you gotta find out, because the very mild versions of it, could be interpreted as it could be a detox really going on with you, as opposed to something like the one that I say you got to be careful of is always anaphylactic shock. That's the anaphylactic shock, which means can cut the ability for you to breathe, windpipe, stuff like that. That's an allergy. That's when that'll take you out of here. So be careful with things like that.
Yeah.
You can even use that term with her. If you're talking about this going to put me in an anaphylactic shock state or something, or you mean like mild, irritation. Where are we? You got to get more interpretation.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then you kind of mentioned the Willis water, but you didn't really go in depth to it. So the Willis water would be used if we were drinking something that wasn't bottled at the source, or is it only for us to add to a water that's bottled at the source?
Yeah, I would try to add it to the best water you can get.
Okay. But I mean, you didn't really explain.
I know. And
you
it's
mentioned it, but you didn't really go in depth to the,
because keep it in mind that you want it in the best spring water that's bottled at the source that you can get. If it is not the top brand, and if you just have spring water, that's a catalyst for it, because this actually comes from what's called the Black Dakota Mountains. And the Black Dakota Mountains, this doc he's a chemist, biologist. His name was Dr. John Willard. And Dr. John Willard came up with this concept. He pulled it from the Black Dakota Mountains. And when he added certain combinations along with what came out as pure water, it became a catalyst for everything he put it to. So it was starting, literally, you can look it up online and see all the stories back to the 60s where this guy was just like, people were getting balance issues corrected from everything, from skin, diabetes, high blood pressure. He was dealing with everything, and people were just clearing it up. So I think you can just add it as a catalyst to your best water. Got it?
Mm-hmm. And my last question is, when you do the raw food challenge, are you going to give us some some recipes to try with the challenge to help us get through the 5 days?
Yep. That's the intention. I want to probably bring some good recipes for you. And I got to map out something for you because really people say, I don't know what to eat. I have no idea what to eat.
Interested, but I'm going to need food recipes.
You say what now? You're going to need what?
I'm interested in doing it, but I definitely need recipes other than salad.
Okay, all right, I got you. What you mean? You
Dr.
can't
Paul,
do salad.
Dr. Paul, she's just trying to say her mama didn't raise no rabbit. That's all.
I want to eat more than grass.
What she's saying? I ain't gonna be eating like a bird for 5 days.
Thank you.
Okay,
Dr.
Melanie.
Paul.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Let's go to May. We've got 3 more after May. May?
Is that
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now Jackie. Okay, Jackie, and then Beverly.
Okay. My daughter, she has a huge stomach. She's not pregnant, and she's had this stomach for years. And she has eczema. She has I think she has I think they say she has a cyst or something on her brain. So her body is, I think, very toxic because her stomach has never gone down. And I think most of the time she's been under a lot of different stress and all. So I'm trying to get her to change her diet, and she won't listen. She loves meat. She loves meat. Like she'll eat any kind of meat.
Yeah, she
So
got
I'm
it.
trying to get her
to
detox or do a detox, but she thinks because she goes to the bathroom every day on her own, she doesn't need to detox.
No, it's coming out of her skin. It's going to come out, and then it's going to eventually. It's already in the blood, so you gotta get it out. You know, this is where when the stomach's really big like that, that's no assimilation. It's just what we've been talking about. You can't get it in, can't get it out. Pushes to the lymphatic system. Now it's going to push it in the blood. It's going to push it out your skin. And that's a very toxic situation because it becomes like a cesspool. Remember, it's going to like a cesspool. Creates the perfect environment, stuff backing up. It's overflowing into the organs. It's overflowing to everywhere. That becomes very, very toxic. The conversation that you need to have with her is number one, she gotta want to live. You know, that's what we talk about first before we go anything. You gotta want to live. Do you want to live? Because you can't expect that you're having these reactions saying that just because you go to the bathroom once or twice that it's working. No, it's coming out of you. So you got to have a serious heart to heart. And remember, you can lead her to water, but you can't make her drink.
That's
Got
right.
it? So you can only tell someone and help them with more information. Got it? And we hope that it's sooner than later. Got it? Because there is a time clock here. Got it? So, you got to get her in that state of mind to understand what's going on. Okay.
Okay. And another question about, I know everybody is into this and organic that, but how do we really know if it's organic? Like, can't they just slap a sticker on something and say it's organic? Like,
no, there are, it depends on what we're talking about.
Right.
Okay.
like
there
the
are
fruits
levels.
and vegetables. Yeah. Like the
fruits.
fruit.
Well, fruits and vegetables, there is a numbering system. That's the numbering
Yeah,
system
the
that you
number
see on the
9.
fruits and them. Right. So the number 9s are the best that we have. Okay. Remember, in America, there's no mandatory labeling laws. So yes, that is correct. But that's the closest and the only thing that we have. So what do? You have to start to now use things that we know. Well, we know that they're spraying it with things like this thing called glyphosate. Another one is called chlorpyrifos. You can't even pronounce this stuff. So what's happening is we know that things that clean these pesticides and chemicals off would be things like baking soda, aluminum free. Got it? So you want to get as close as you can to the real deal, which is number 9s. Got it? That's all we
That's
have.
what I was going to ask. You answered that question. So when we clean it with the baking soda, how long do we make the water up and let it sit for a certain amount of time, or just
like if it's
put it on there and take it right off?
Well, no. You're going to soak it. So for example, greens. If you got some greens, you just want to put them in a bowl and then soak them. So, let them sit for about 15, 20 minutes real quick. Just you can agitate it a little bit. Got it? Pull it out. Some things you don't need to soak that long because it will change the consistency of it. So you don't want to do that. So you have to sort of play it by ear, whatever you're doing, and just enough to agitate it a little bit. Got it? And keep it in that baking soda. See, what's happening is the baking soda is high pH. Remember? Anything is high pH. Remember? It creates the environment which bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites cannot live in that environment. Got it? So that's why it's the best thing. And it always wins over veggie wash, vinegar, and all that other stuff. You cannot beat baking soda wins every time. Every time. So that's why you can keep it in long in there enough to agitate and that it doesn't lose its consistency. Got it?
Okay, so would it be good if we have a body, if we try to cleanse our body, can we take a baking soda bath, or that's not good?
No. There's a therapy called sodium bicarbonate therapy. It's actually used for cancer. It's used in Spain. In Spain, they use this on a regular. It's called sodium bicarbonate therapy. Just look it up. And what it does is that it takes levels of pH and raises it so high that it literally wipes out cancer out the body. Now, if you go online, but you got to have it's under control, understanding. Got it? You got to know what you're doing. Got it? But it is a therapy. It's called sodium bicarbonate therapy. Spain is very high on this right now. Matter of fact, it used to be when you would go on YouTube, you could see like this doctor. He had like this person who had throat cancer, and he would go in. He speaks in another language, but they have the text that you can see what he's saying. So he takes the scope, goes into the person's throat, and shows you what cancer looks like. So the cancer on flesh looks white. If you ever see cancer on flesh, it looks white. So he goes in with the scope and the camera, and on the edge of the camera, he has a little squirt piece. So he goes in, saw the cancer. He said, "This is the cancer." You see where he outlines the cancer, and he starts squirting it with the sodium bicarbonate. And he does it for about 4 or 5 treatments of that. Comes back and gives the next day, does the same thing. Does about 4 days of the same treatment. 5th day he goes back, cancer gone. Throat cancer. Yeah. It's right online. It's actually on YouTube. And if you just punch in sodium bicarbonate therapy, if it's still up there, they might have pulled it down. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay.
But yes, it's a therapy. It's a therapy.
Okay. And then I have another family member with the prostate cancer. Now, I know a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm learning from you a lot, but he eats bananas constantly. Like he'll eat I say like 12 bananas a day.
Wow.
So I think bananas is high sugar from what I remember.
Well, it's very heavy. It's very heavy. Okay. Bananas are good, but they're heavy. And it can be heavy on the intestines, and it can cause constipation if you're not careful.
Well, he's not constipated. He has prostate cancer, but he's not constipated at all. He goes all the time.
Okay,
so I'm trying
but wait
to
a minute. But keep there. Stop right there. You got to be careful about what you say is constipation, because sometimes definition of people saying they're not constipated and they really are. So when you say constipation, how many eliminations would you say he does a day? But you got to probably ask him that, I'm sure.
No, he tells me because we talk all the time. So he goes like 2 times a day, or like every time he's a boxer. So he's always exercising, and he goes to the bathroom. He runs every morning, miles and all that. And and he's very paranoid about not going to the bathroom. So he's not constipated. Okay. But he does have the prostate cancer, and he has a back problem. He's had a back problem for
back
years.
problem. Yeah, back problem. Lower lumbar. Lower lumbar is usually the lower lumbar. Stop circulation from the signal going through to the area where it needs it. So that's usually, there can be multiple things. He needs to be assessed. He needs to be assessed. Yeah, I'll be glad to assess him. Just tell him to give me a call, and we can at least put him on the RM3A and see where you can. That's a good start.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
All
okay,
right, thank
very
you.
good. We got 2 more, Kamara and then Galaxy S9, Dr. P, and then we out of here.
All righty, because
So you don't
Jaren's
get beat
waiting
up.
for me. Jaren's at school waiting for me. He said,
That's very-
Dad, where you at, Dad?
Kamara?
Yes,
Fine.
yes.
Go
All
ahead.
right, we have a question for you. What do we do for gastro problems?
Yeah, any gastro issues, you got to get your gut right.
Yep.
Got it? First thing I would do, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Remember I mentioned water to you first, right? Got your number. Know your number, right? Got it? Also, something that you can do for gastrointestinal issues we do is the aloe vera gel. Start with that. Aloe vera gel, and that's the gel, not the juice. And then what we do is we take it on an empty stomach. Got it? Aloe vera gel is for derma. Derma is skin. So that means skin on the outside, skin on the inside. So when you start to take that, like usually 2 to 3 tablespoons on an empty stomach before you eat, each time you eat, that usually corrects a lot of problems. Gets you off of the things like the acid reflux medications and things like that. Yeah. But you got to stay off. But last thing I want to say to you is you got to stay off the acid forming foods. Got it?
Okay.
Top 10 toxic foods. Go to my website, top 10 toxic foods. Go to drpaulherbs.com and download top 10 toxic foods.
What is Dr. Paul? What?
Herbs, HERB as in boy, S as in Sam.com.
Okay.
We'll put it in the chat for you, okay? And then that's where you would download the top 10 toxic foods. Stay off of them, avoid them like the plague. Got it? All right.
When you say the aloe vera gel, is there a brand, a certain brand, or are you talking about the real leaf?
I would say yes. It's everything you just said. But I would do this. I would get it from an herbal store that's made the commitment to be organic, and I would get a gallon and you keep it in the refrigerator. Okay. That's what you would do. That's what you do. And just before you eat any food, this is for anyone with acid reflux. If you're still on acid reflux, you've been on it way too long. If you've been on it for more than a week or two, you've been on it way too long. We can correct these issues with your gut. It's just a matter of you getting that lining together. It can be gone in a couple of weeks or less, 7 days, minimum 7 to 10, 14 days. People have corrected those issues. It's all the acid forming foods. You got it? Stay off the meat for a little bit.
So basically you're telling me no meat for about a detox of meat for I'll say like 15 days and then take that
aloe vera gel. You can do the aloe vera gel. Yes, stay off the acid forming foods. Go get that top 10 toxic foods list first though. Okay. I would start there. Get your water right. Stay off the acid forming foods. And then when you do eat, take that before 2 to 3 tablespoons before on an empty stomach. You got to do it on an empty stomach.
So no more Kool-Aid before we eat.
You better stop.
There you go.
Better stop.
That's the right reason why you got the
that's why you got your gut issues. All right, guys. All right.
You mean no more Kool-Aid?
What? Good. That's out. That's OU triple T.
Oh man.
All right. Here we go. Galaxy S9. That's the last one, Dr. Paul, before we hit the book, buddy.
All righty, buddy. All right.
Hi, Dr. Paul. I'm Monica, live in Maryland.
Okay,
hey,
Monica, glad to have
Maryland. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm another one. Well, I'm from Philly, but Kay is the one that put me on with you.
All right. What's up?
So I've been having go lay down. Excuse me. I've been I had an ulcer on my leg since 2019, and it really spread it all the way around my lower leg. I started getting surgical artificial graft, which is really closing it up. But now it's like I've been walking with it, and my skin is really feels tight. It's not moving or bending with my walking. So I want to know, is there anything I can start using to start having more mobility to get it loosened?
Yeah, let me ask you first. Are you diabetic?
I was, but I'm not taking any more medicine.
Okay. Now, have you been taking your numbers though?
Not lately.
Yeah, you got to be spot on with that. See, when you're not taking it, you still got to do something. Got it? Are you taking any herbs or anything for diabetes or sugar levels?
No, that stopped too. My last check on that was 6.5.
Yeah, but you got to really, the A1C can fluctuate so many ranges. If you're at that borderline, if it's not healing right, that's why. See, remember what diabetes is. Remember diabetes, and this is for anybody that's knowing this. Diabetes is when you eat food, you create glucose, and glucose is energy, and it has to get into that cell, but it can't get into that cell unless your pancreas makes the insulin, which is the turnkey, which opens the cell wall up, allows the glucose to get in to feed those cells. Got it? Mm-hmm. So you got a whole lot of cells that need nutrients that can't get it because of that insulin is not present. Got it? So the $1 million question is, first, you need to start to watch out for concentrated foods. Got it? Start concentrated foods. You got to get off of that stuff we've been talking about. Top 10 toxic foods, refined sugar, refined salt, dehydrated stuff, cakes, cookies, pies, all that stuff. You ain't eating none of that, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
I changed my diet, my eating habit. I changed my lifestyle. Back in October, November, I was like 305, but now I'm like 274.
Right. So, but
I do a lot of juicing and
right, but hear me though. You got to be spot on with your numbers because you're kind of speculating around. Got it? If you're not healing, then that's not going anywhere. That means those cells can't regenerate, and therefore that stops the healing process. Got it? So that means there's still a little issue there with your insulin, and it usually starts with assimilation. Again, we talk about assimilation. Insulin resistance means the gut's out of balance. We got to start to break that down. So you might have gave up the bad stuff, but if you're still insulin resistant because the gut's out of balance, you're not assimilating. So that's going to stop the body from receiving the nutrients that it needs the cells can get what they need so that you can heal that skin. Got it? Okay. So aloe vera gel would be a good one for you. Okay. And also there is what's called wound honey. It's called wound honey that you can get. And wound honey is something that, but you got to watch the wound honey because we're trying to keep your sugar right. But wound honey may or may not be the good thing. I would say get an assessment and then we'll move forward from that. So give me a call, okay? And I can help you with that process. But you got to start taking your sugar. You got it. Don't guess. When you're close to those numbers, don't guess. Okay. And I understand where your heart is. I understand where you are. We ain't trying to do this meds and all that metformin and all that other stuff. I understand. But you got to do something and you got to do it safely. You got to know what to do. So get your waters got to be right. You got to checkpoint things. Got it?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Dr. P. That's where we are, man. We down to the wire. That's it, y'all. All right, so listen, while we're quiet, let me say this, guys. If you want to copy the nice chat, here we go. Send me an email. That's to Bill Morgan at mechavideo@gmail.com. That's in of course, the chat. And to continue to support Dr. Paul, guys, use his app and the whole program here tonight. That's what? $sign Dr. Paul Hop. That's $sign Dr. Paul Hop. If you go through the bank, use his ID number, which is Dr. Paul at drpaulherb.com. That's Dr. Paul at drpaulherb.com through the bank, or send it to me through the P.O. Box in Mullica Hill. That's P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. So guess what, guys? That's it. Invite your friends, your enemies, everybody, because we're all about happy and healthy. Right, that's what's up. Yeah.
Give yourself a hand.
Yeah.
Family tree. I want to thank you all for chiming in with me. I hope you learned something. Did you learn anything tonight, y'all?
Yes. Always.
Hey, I don't charge you anything but the truth. Make sure you share this information, all right? Don't hold on to it. Hold on to it. You're going to block your blessings.
I know that's right. Hey.
All right. Pass it on to your family, your friends, Also tell them about this thing that we do here every Wednesday, even at 7 p.m. I would also say bring somebody next week.
Yes,
all right?
yes.
Continue to support us with what we're doing because we try to keep this thing going. And Big B over there, I got to give him a hand. Come on, y'all.
Ho. That's what's up, everybody.
He really makes this whole thing happen. You know, he puts this thing together. And after this, he's going to post it on Facebook and all social media. That's right. Where all of the, donations, if y'all donate anything, it goes right to him. And we're going to help him, keep that thing and promoting and keeping this thing where we can talk the way we talk.
That's right.
We can do what we do. How about that, y'all?
That's right. That's right.
Chiming in, and remember, if you're breathing,
you gotta shine. There you go. That's what's up.
All right, tap it out. Marcy gonna get me if I don't. I gotta tap it out. She gonna get me. All right.
Guarantee. Where you at, Daddy? Where you at, Daddy?
Daddy. Oh, he's blowing my phone up. Hurry up, Daddy. All right. Tap. And breathe. Anybody up there? No.
Yeah. Hey.
Come on down to the temples. Go ahead, bring it on down. Hey, Karam, I didn't see you over there, buddy.
Yeah, he snuck in back there.
Oh, man, you all right over there, man? Everything good?
Hey, Margaret. Margaret was snuck in too. She was hiding in the back.
Yeah, where I am, good. Wind gusts have picked up, but Flo and Keith are on the west side, so they get hit.
Yeah.
All right, well, you stay safe over there, brother.
Yeah, man, do that.
Prayer, man. All right.
Stay safe, Karen.
All right.
Stay safe.
Tap. Go down now.
Yeah.
Tap. Left and the right side. What's on the right side, dog? What's on the right side?
Liver and
gallbladder. Right. What's on the left side? Somebody said more fat. What y'all say? More fat.
They say more fat. Watch out. Woo! I heard that.
Woo! Y'all ain't no good.
Hey, Marcy, they trying to call me fat. I ain't fat.
You're not fat, Mr.
That's right, Cricket. That's right, Cricket.
And breathe out. I gotta get out of here, y'all.
Nigga, man, if you don't. That's right, if you don't, you ain't getting you, boy.
Take a deep breath. Roll it out. Breathe it out. Come on, clap your hands. Rub your hands real head. Good. Rub them real close.
Oh, yeah.
I see ya. What's going on? I see ya.
Hey.
There go Margaret. Where you been, Margaret?
Margaret's hiding in the back in the corner in the dark.
All right, as we go on that there, get that knee building up.
Yeah.
Good. Come on, wipe it on down. Good. Almost cleansing the system.
Yeah.
Wipe it on down. Come on, get more energy in there. That's the energy bath. This is called the energy bath. You joined us for the first time? It's called the energy bath. With good intentions, clear your mind. Put that on some pain. You got a shoulder that's hurt? Put it right on there.
There you go, buddy. Yes, sir.
There you go. Good. One more time. Clap a little bit. Clap. And stop. Rotate the top one. Keep the bottom one still. Do you feel something?
Yeah.
That energy feeling good. Balls getting bigger now, right? All right. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, thanks for chiming into the fan.
God bless everybody.
All right, y'all can dance the rest now. Go ahead, dance, y'all. Hey. Can y'all dance? This is Sonya. Go ahead, Sonya. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
That's right.
Go ahead, Miss Carol G. Go ahead, Carol. We got Rita up there. We got Rita.
Yeah, buddy. Hey.
All right. Good. All right. Thank everybody for coming in. It's been a pleasure. We gotta go. I'm gonna do a quick countdown because my son said it's time to go, Dad. I gotta
Yeah.
All right.